Two Bowls in a China Shop is brought to you by these great companies that are giving us money to let you listen to their stuff.
Bullshit, Kyle. We make this show. You and me. Two Bulls in a China Shop is brought to you by us.
Someone's got to pay the bills, Dan, because it's not our trading.
All right, roll them.
Welcome to BreezeLine, where the sky's the limit thanks to better internet. With lightning-fast speeds up to 1 gig, you can game like a boss, stream like a pro, and watch like there's no tomorrow. Stream, watch, post, send, and trend. Do it all with our fiber-powered network, bringing you reliable, fast internet. Welcome to BreezeLine. Visit breezeline.com for latest offers. Service subject to availability. New customers in select areas only. Visit breezeline.com for details.
You are listening to an entertainment program put together by a company called Financial Ineptitude. Anything said on this show is not an endorsement or professional advice. Would you really want to tell a court of law you were suing us because you thought taking financial advice from two idiots on a podcast put out by Financial Ineptitude was a good idea? Really? Clown hat, smiley face.
Hello and welcome to the China Shop. I'm Shopkeeper Dan, and with me, as always, is Kyle, creator of financialineptitude.com. Kyle, how am I doing today?
Yeah, I think you're doing fantastic, man. Probably not sleeping all that well, but all that chaos.
Just a little bit of phlegm. Yeah. Rejoining the workforce has been fun.
Oh yeah, I bet.
As senior management, and then my boss and the supervisors supposed to be showing me the system. They've all been calling out. So it's just like week 2. Go ahead and run the desk, Dan. It's all yours. 30 employees.
You've had zero training?
I had like three days of training. Maybe 4 days of training on the system.
Yeah, that's enough, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, you got it. Take it.
Yeah. Well, luckily I'm management, so I don't need to know the details if my employees know the details.
Well, Dan, think of it this way. If you were a monarch, you could get thrown into running a country with less preparation.
That's very true. True. I think I'd do okay running a country.
I think I would too. But I don't know that. I don't know.
Would you get distracted by the trappings of power and wealth? Like, you come to my bedroom tonight and bring 2 friends.
I don't know if it'd be more that. It'd be more like, ooh, what are you eating over there? It looks delicious. Let me have that.
Can we slaughter 2 more pigs? Get some bacon in here. Thanks. That'd be great.
Good banter. Good
banter. All right. Come on in the shop with us today. Sit back, relax, hedge against the rage machine. We'd like to welcome any new listeners just joining us. We are here smashing our way through a complete set of fine china, sharing our ever-growing strategies for maximizing gains and cutting losses. If you're new to the shop and stock trading in general, you can always check out our knowledge and resource centers on financialineptitude.com, or you can give one of our beginning trading episodes a listen.
Or one of our many mini-series.
We also have those links somewhere. Where are they, Kyle?
It's in the episode description.
In the episode description. You better read those descriptions. Where all the fun
Nobody does. I put so many Easter eggs in the descriptions and in the end of the show that nobody catches.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so disappointed in all of you listeners.
Nah, it's for me. I do it for me.
But how many Easter eggs do you do on the Discord server?
It's hard to hide them in there. I mean, I tried putting them in the moderator only channel, but there's only like 2 people who can see that. So it doesn't really work the same.
Take that, Dan.
Right.
Yeah, because Discord server is the best place to be. A lot of amazing, awesome people on there every day, having a good time, sharing news, talking markets, talking strategies. There's no paid tiers or special access areas, so except I guess the moderator channel. Blew that one right open.
I haven't actually created one of those yet.
All right, yeah. We give you access to everything but the moderator channel.
Yes. Hey, we got to have a place to go relax for ourselves.
A quiet cave.
Yeah.
When you do join the server, send us a private message or email. Send it preferably to Kyle because it'll get somewhere quicker.
Yes.
With your mailing address, so we can send you some Smash It Yourself swag straight from the shop. And we're just so glad you're here. It's always a lot of fun, better with friends, and just we love you all so much.
Aw.
Just a wonderful time. Kyle, speaking of wonderful times, do we have any show news to report?
We always have show news.
Oh, well, wonderful. All right, let's move on.
Monday, we have our episode with Leo from OFL coming out. The newest roundtable with Retail Capital, and Robert will be going out the week after that. That was actually a really fun conversation, and Retail is an amazing person. He actually joined our Discord and has been hanging out in the bot channel.
Oh,
yeah. If you want to learn how to program algorithms, nice to have that resource available.
that's huge. Oh, awesome
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. And then let's see. After that, I've got an interview with Andy Kramer, who is a crypto tax law expert. I'll be getting that out just in time for tax season.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Any news on the Dan front?
No, I've been working a job to get money. I guess that news would be is Dan is refilling his futures trading account as we speak.
That's exciting.
Yes. I will not be sitting on the sidelines forever. I'm refueling.
Woo!
With labor, selling my labor for wages.
Get some of that trader aid.
Trader aid. Yeah, that's exactly. Fueling up.
Oh shit! We need to make that
trader aid. Let's do it.
We'll just grind up $20,000 and stick it in a glass.
Verbal copyright. 2 bulls in a china shop.
Yeah. Oh, does that how that works?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sure.
Take it. All right.
Verbal signature, Dan.
Witnessed, Kyle.
Excellent. We have got a kind-hearted, kinesthetic, kingly show for you today. See, we brought it back around to Monarchs, Kyle. Oh, I didn't even tell you about that. That was just magic. Lots of market-moving news, plenty of stocks on the radar, and more options than college term papers written by ChatGPT.
There's been a lot of those.
Oh yeah. We'll talk more about ChatGPT soon. Reach out to us. We do love and adore your messages and comments on Twitter, Facebook, Discord. If you're old school, you can send an email to the number 2 bulls at financialineptitude.com. That's the number 2 bulls. Maybe you got a hot stock tip. Maybe you want to tell us about a great trade you just made, or maybe a sinister foreign girl has come into town with her vicious dog, killed your sister, and now she's gathered a motley crew of misfits intent on killing you in a sadistic home invasion.
I mean, it sounds like Wizard of Oz.
Yes!
Oh,
it is.
Man,
you got it.
I feel like I've been slacking.
Yeah. That was good.
Woo, all right.
I may have done Wizard of Oz recently, but this version came to me, and I was like, no, this is good.
That was perfect.
Really liking this one. Anyway, it's time to talk about some bet results.
Okay, what did we do? Oh, we went. We had a trade either direction on H-band.
Yes.
We wanted to go short below 15, long above 1570. Opened on Tuesday at 1534. Triggered our short after just dipping below. Didn't really do much more than that, though. It ended up closing Friday at 1529. So I think we dropped about $10. Takes our total to 523.28. It's okay. We lost less than Random. Random went with PKG, which opened the week at 139.30 on Tuesday, closed at 137.80. So Random is now barely above break even, although not if you factor commissions. Sitting at $500.97.
Take that, Random. Yeah.
That's right. If you want to win more, lose less.
Yes, that is. That's good advice for trading, actually.
Yes, it is. I have no idea what we're going to pick this week, though. This is the home stretch, so we need a good one.
I've been looking at the stock screeners all morning.
Oh, okay. All right, you're more prepared than I am, then.
Sweet. That's unusual.
I don't know about that. I think I just present it better.
Yeah. You're just better faking it.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm more upfront, like, all right, I don't know what's happening. What are we doing here?
Yeah. All right, speaking of which, what's next here?
Well, we need to talk about some news. But before we do, Kyle,
Yes.
Kyle,
Okay.
Kyle,
okay, yeah,
Kyle, can we take a moment to thank our sponsors and friends?
Thank you, Manscaped, Trade Pro, and Orderflow Labs.
That's right, Manscaped, Trade Pro, Orderflow Labs. I feel like if you say it right, then we're implying the people at Trade Pro need to manscape.
Get your order in, Trade Pro.
Yeah. By now, we all know Manscaped is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. But did you know they just launched a line of beard care products? Well, if you listen to this show, you should have already known.
I would hope so.
Because lucky for you, we got an exclusive offer of 20% off and free worldwide shipping. And if you act now, we'll even give you the staghorn handle.
No, wait.
No. Futurama. Anyway,
No.
we don't have the staghorn handle, but we do have the promo code number 2 bulls at manscaped.com. That's always the number 2 BULLS. Use it at manscaped.com. You'll get that 20% off and free shipping worldwide.
Woo!
And when you're done manscaping, head on over and take a look at TradeProAcademy.com. They've got the best institutional quality trading education. If you go to our free Discord server, you'll find yourself some instructions to take advantage of our discount with them as well. And on top of that, for the many wonderful, intelligent, and darn right good-looking people who enjoy trading futures, you definitely want to check out the custom tools and studies at orderflowlabs.com.
We'll have links for all that stuff in the episode description.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Now that we got all that junk out of the way. Wait, should I be calling that junk? I've been doing that a lot lately.
You know what? We said the plugs, we're allowed to say whatever we want after that.
Okay, then I'll leave it.
Yeah.
Let's hear a song.
Dow drops deep on moving inflation, COVID frustration, war damnation. We're just bringing you the fucking news. You gotta recognize the game if you don't wanna lose. We're just two bulls trading information.
Yeah, we are.
Rioters raiding, insider trading, taxes are raising, bills on the hill. We got a crypto mill. No, they ain't growing weed. When the Fed speaks today, it's some shit we don't need.
Sing it, man.
Two bulls trading information.
What?
Two bulls trading information.
I'm inclined to agree.
Two bulls trading information.
That is accurate. Very accurate. What information? Okay, where should we start?
Well, we've got a lot of broad economic news, and we've got some more targeted individual topic news.
Well, let's start with the broad economic stuff and get it out of the way, because it kind of feels like we're beating the same drum with all this stuff. The Fed's preferred inflation gauge showed a larger than expected increase this week.
Shocked.
Shocked,
I say.
Right. The PCE, excluding food and energy, increased 0.6% for the month and 4.7% from a year ago. Traders have been expecting readings of 0.5% and 0.44 respectively. So that one jumped. And then I think there's also consumer sentiment was also a lot stronger than expected. That came out at 67 for February, slightly outpacing the forecast of 66.4. But all this is basically, if you look at the treasury yields, you can see that the 10-year notes rose by 6.8%. Almost, they're flirting with that 4% again. And the 30-year bonds are climbed another 5.9 basis points to 3.937. There's something with the treasury yields that everybody looks at for understanding long-term economic trends, I suppose is the term.
Yes.
Or to try to get a feel for how the Fed is going to act. I think is that bonds that everyone looks at for that?
I thought it was the treasury yields because bonds aren't set by the Fed, right?
Okay. You can tell how much prep I did.
Aha! Huzzah!
No, actually, Robert wrote a really good article explaining how you can interpret that data, basically looking at what the yield is forecasted out for 12 months down the road and see 5 years down the road, and you look and see if they're inverted or if the 1 year is higher than the 5 year, and that means that they're expecting rate hikes to come in and it to be lower in 5 years from now.
Right.
But those inching up, that's probably not a good sign, especially with the hotter than expected economic data that got reported.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that the Boston Fed lady said they're going to have more rate hikes.
Quite a few of them have been saying the same thing. You had something that tied into that, didn't you? With the actual expectations of what the Fed is expected to do now?
Yeah. The summation of it was Susan Collins from the Boston Fed said more rate hikes will be needed.
Okay. So that was pretty. So, but I think they said 3 on there, didn't they?
Yeah, that's the one I'm reading right now. I don't see anything about 3.
Oh, the headline says Fed seen raising rate 3 more times after strong inflation reading.
Oh, no, that's the headline in the hyperlink, because if you look at the article, that
Oh,
headline
okay,
is
okay.
nowhere to be found. And I'm like, what is he talking about?
So just ignore everything that I just said there. So the sentiment then from the speakers is that more rate hikes are coming.
Yes.
Well, I saw a story come out that was basically blaming pretty much me directly for the Fed raising rates.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
I have been writing them letters.
Oh. All right. So here's the thing. We've been talking a lot about the workforce and labor shortages, and then people choosing not to go back to work, right?
Yeah.
And then this is the first time I've seen somebody like highlighting the 25 to 54-year-old demographic.
Way to hide your age.
Yeah. So it's actually just men that are actually not coming back to the same rates as they were pre-pandemic. The participation rate for women has basically gotten back to its level, but men are sitting at 88.5%, and the target would have been 89.2. If the rest of if we ever actually got back to that pre-pandemic mark, there'd be an additional 2.7 million men in the workforce.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And if you look at like the labor shortages, like that's pretty close to, I think the numbers that they're throwing around, like that would pretty much take care of the labor shortage problem if people like me would just go back to work.
So I'm helping solve the problem.
You have helped solve the problem.
Yeah.
This is what it says about how it contributes to Fed interest rates. It says boosting the nation's supply of workers could go a long way towards easing inflation and persuading the Fed Reserve to pause its aggressive campaign. Powell said goods inflation is moderating, but officials are focused on slowing price increases in service industries like health and education, which are tied to rising labor costs. The rate increases are intended to raise business borrowing costs, thus curtail hiring and investment, but most economists believe they'll tip the nation into recession this year. By contrast, expanding the pool of workers would be another way to bring the labor market into better balance and slow pay increases without sharply reducing job openings or increasing layoffs. So because there's less people to hire from, they're having to pay more. And by increasing the pay that they're giving out, apparently that's causing problems for everybody else.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Getting paychecks that are too big.
That's funny though. I mean, that's such a small percentage change. But the difference between 88.5% and 89.2% is 2.7 million people.
That's incredible. It's
Right?
incredible, right?
That seems like a rounding error.
It does. But 2.7 million isn't a rounding error.
No.
You know, I can say from my own current work experience that in the hotel industry, because so many hotels with COVID like laid off so much staff,
Mm-hmm.
now like restaffing, it's like pre-COVID, the rules are like if you're taking your 10-minute break and you're not back right at that 10th minute ending, then you're going to get a verbal warning, then you're going to get written up, and you're going to get all these discipline things. To now it's like where are they? Well, they'll be back soon.
Oh.
Can't afford to lose anybody, right?
Right.
You can't afford to fire them. Guess what? Employees get a little bit more lax of an experience.
See, we're making things better for everybody.
For everybody. It does make me chuckle when they're like, it's leading to increased rates of wages. Like, yeah, it's inflation. They're supposed to go up with everything else.
Yeah, inflation rates should be keeping up with inflation, like wages. That's how that should work.
Yeah,
feels like it hasn't worked that way for years.
It's never worked that way.
Fair enough.
They already caught so many different companies being like, yeah, so inflation was happening, so we decided this is a great time to just raise our prices arbitrarily.
Right.
So you get up this artificial inflation effect that has nothing to do with wages. I think there's this big part of the disconnect. Personal opinion.
Yeah, why doesn't anybody blame the companies? Nobody's blaming the companies for raising prices.
They're blaming you, Kyle, for not going back to work.
I know.
It's your fault.
It's like, you know what? That makes me not want to go back to work.
Makes you want to stay home all the more.
Yeah.
Huh.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Yeah.
All right. What else you got? You got something else you wrap up with here?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about ChatGPT. Or should we talk about that in stock news? There's
No, you
stock
can talk
for
about it here. I mean, I guess Microsoft, but I've already got a Microsoft story, so you do it here.
Yeah. Well, the ChatGPT is just the way to bring up AI taking people's jobs.
Oh.
I'm gonna I'm gonna do something I've never done. I'm gonna verbatim read an article from a news story I found off of Hip Hop Vibe. It was,
is this a written by ChatGPT article?
yes.
Oh,
No.
beautiful.
Okay. No. Well, it's accredited to the Hip Hop Vibe editor. This came out on Tuesday.
He must have been the one that punched in the parameters of the questions.
Yeah, exactly. It helps if you imagine Ralph Wiggum reading it.
Can you do his voice?
Lately, a lot... Not really.
Okay.
Lately,
No.
a lot of women have experienced much viral attention off a photo. However, this time it happens to be a group of ladies. In addition, the ladies being in prison is sparking much conversation. While a lot is being said, everybody is only saying one thing. These women look absolutely great, and they have shut social media down. Because of social media, prison is not quite what it used to be. In previous times, a person would go to prison and come out in great physical shape and highly educated.
When?
Recently, people released from prison have actually come out in worse physical shape than they were before. Access to social media is said to be the reason for this turn. However, with these women who are locked up, each of them are in good shape. Not only are these ladies looking good, they posed for some pictures. It looks almost like the ladies were doing a photo shoot. If that was the case, the photo shoot was a success, as people on social media are saying they look like they are modeling material.
Oh my God.
Great success.
This sounds like... Is this how Trump wrote his speeches for his presidential campaign?
ChatGPT. China's bad. America good.
A lot of people want us to build a wall, but most people don't.
A lot of people saying without a wall, it's bad.
But everybody's saying walls are good.
We've been using walls a long time. So, yes, AI is coming for your job, even if it's not writing for Hip Hop Vibe. And yeah, I'm calling you out, Hip Hop Vibe. Nobody had the common knowledge assumption that, oh, you're going to go to prison? That guy's going to get in shape and become highly educated. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the highly educated part, maybe. No.
It's
coming out like ripped. Like a lot of people do that, it seems like.
Sure.
I've seen more than a few in my family that's gotten out of prison. They come back looking pretty jacked.
All right.
No GED, but got a pretty good bench press.
Right. Did a lot of push-ups. And anyway, ChatGPT is the poster child for it. But AI, as we remember from a few weeks ago talking about Kathy Woods, it's becoming bigger and better, and it's going to be replacing jobs. And I do wonder what's going to happen to all of us here on the bottom when, like, cause I'm working a hotel desk. What if, when is that going to become just people walking in with touchscreen kiosks?
Right. Yeah, they're doing that at McDonald's.
They're doing it right at McDonald's, airports.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't remember the last time I went to an agent to get my boarding pass and not the kiosk where I'm just like, boop, 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 boop.
I mean, the kiosk is nice in that scenario, but sometimes you have to talk to somebody. Oh, well, I don't know. Are they a step up from Indian tech support? I mean, judging from this article, I'd say no.
Not yet. Is that the first area that's going to go? Asian tech support.
No, my guess is it's going to be the fluff piece news articles like this.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to just take a quick moment. Like, this is credited to the editor. Mm-hmm. Like, what does he do? Because he doesn't look like he did any editing.
Oh yeah. I did post a link to that article. Go check it out. It one of the paragraphs actually starts with the word because.
Yeah, it does.
So I don't think I think you're right. There was no editing there. It just like put it in and was like, "Yep, it's all spelled correctly. Publish it." Nobody's reading it. They're just all looking at the photo of the women inmates looking hot.
Right.
It's clickbait.
All right. Anything else in the general news before we move on here?
Something about Americans are still spending like crazy despite high inflation, but we don't have time.
Yeah, I think we should move on here. I think we have time for some advertising.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it. I'm excited.
Woo! Here's a clip from my conversation with Leo from Orderflow Labs.
And sometimes the best thing to do when you're not trading your A game is to just walk, just shut it down for the day.
It's such a hard thing to do though, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know what? The most beneficial, the most growth that I've had as a trader in the last year has been absolutely not trading at certain times. Like, so for example, I stopped trading Globex about 2 years ago, and I love trading. I love to talk shop. And so like not being involved, during Globex time was hard. I mean, it sounds kind of weird to say that, but it was like, no, I wanted to be, aware of what's going on, like getting into some trades, whatever. And once I got over that, like it was easy, like after a period of time, it's like, no, I just don't trade that anymore. Right.
Full conversation with Leo from Orderflow Labs will be available February 27th. If you haven't heard by now, Manscaped now sells beard products. That's right, once again revolutionizing men's grooming with the brand new Beard Hedger Pro Kit. From a beard trim to a fresh shave, the technology behind the Beard Hedger Pro Kit allows you to shape your signature beard look. Now you can finally use Manscaped products to make your drapes match your carpet by going to manscaped.com and using code 2BULLS for 20% off and free shipping. Goddamn, I was going to make that joke. Our friends over at Manscaped were kind enough to send me the Beard Hedger Pro Kit, and I gotta say, I was impressed with the quality and performance of the products. My thick, coarse beard hair has been giving me trouble with trimmers in the past, but the Beard Hedger was able to cut through the thicket without any tugging or discomfort at all. And because the trimmer has one rotary wheel with 20 length settings with only one guard, I don't have to worry about losing or breaking attachments anymore. So I've tamed my mane, and now you can too. No one likes a weird beard, so say goodbye to your stubble trouble with Manscaped's Pro Beard Kit. It all starts with that Beard Hedger that I mentioned. The thing's a juggernaut of fixing faces. Not only does it have the trimmer with the rotary wheel that gives you the 20 hair cutting lengths of just the one guard, it's also waterproof so you can shave in the shower and avoid all the hair in the sink. The titanium coated T-blade is tough on hair but smooth on your face, leading to a single stroke efficiency that brings satisfaction one stroke at a time. Phrasing. The Pro Kit doesn't end there though. They also created 4 dermatologist tested formulations for your post-trim care. First is the beard shampoo and conditioner. Gotta remember that all your hair is different. Beard hair, as I mentioned, is more coarse and easier to damage than the hair on your head, if you have hair on your head. That's why the kit has made shampoo and conditioner specially designed to moisturize, reduce ingrown hairs, replace natural oils, and promote beard health. Next, the kit has Manscaped's Beard Oil, an essential piece for your main facial accessory. No one wants a guy whose beard is brittle and dry. The oil relieves dryness both on the beard and the skin beneath while adding a little shimmer and shine, which makes you look extra fine. Cap off the kit with the Beard Balm, a pomade that shapes, styles, moisturizes, and tames for a sculpted look to attract any fellows or dames. The Pro Beard Kit also comes with 3 free gifts, a beard brush, comb, and scissors to ensure your beard is ready to impress. So get 20% off and free shipping with code 2BULLS at manscaped.com. Of course, that's the number 2. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using code 2BULLS. Manscaped Beard Hedger, 1 stroke, 1 guard, 20 lengths.
Welcome to BreezeLine, where the sky's the limit thanks to better internet. With lightning fast speeds up to 1 gig, you can game like a boss, stream like a pro, and watch like there's no tomorrow. Stream, watch, post, send, and trend. Do it all with our fiber-powered network, bringing you reliable, fast internet. Welcome to BreezeLine. Visit breezeline.com for latest offers. Service subject to availability. New customers in select areas only. Visit breezeline.com for details.
Now we have time for a song.
Stock time!
Now
about stocks time. Looking for setups, it's still not advice. Big moves, fresh news and earnings. All that we're saying, it's still not advice. Stop time.
Please don't sue us. All right. The story I wanted to lead off with here, it's listed as Microsoft, but it's not specific to Microsoft. It's actually more dealing with the solar industry. It was super interesting to see just how much big corporations like Microsoft are switching over and embracing solar.
Yeah.
Companies like Microsoft, Apple, Walmart, Meta all rank in the top 5 in corporate solar use. They're all heavily invested in solar energy, and they're showing no signs of like slowing down. Like that was the comment coming from basically from Microsoft saying that if we go, let's see, what do you say? This is Janice something. I don't know who this person is. The spokesperson basically said, if we go back 3 or 4 years, the majority of what they're doing was wind. Microsoft Solar was still sort of coming down that learning curve from a cost standpoint. And then really about 2 years ago, it just started to flip. And suddenly we're doing a lot more solar transactions. The company's not released their full solar data yet. They won't do that to the end of Q1 of this year, but they've told the outlet that their pace is not slowed in the pivot to cleaner energy. So it's just super interesting to see that the corporations looks like the ones that are basically going to be driving the next push into solar.
Well, yeah, now that it makes even more economic sense.
Exactly. Now that it's economically viable. And like companies like Microsoft and Apple that have like, and Facebook, obviously, that have massive data centers, like it takes a lot of energy to run those things.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So, I think that's where the bulk of that energy use is going into.
Well, I'm happy to hear it. About damn time.
Yeah, it's nice when greed aligns with, values.
Yeah. I've been watching solar since the early 90s when it was not a real amazing economic decision at all.
No, but it was fun playing with, like, I remember getting a solar panel in Eunice for my science project in high school, like getting some solar panels and like making a little model house that had like lighting and a fan that ran off of it.
Yeah.
But just like real solar, I hit a battery in there. I didn't get a big enough panel.
Yeah, I remember playing around with the solar cells for calculators and never being able to get enough juice to do anything.
Right. Now you can get a little panel to charge your phone.
Oh, yeah. And it works like gangbusters. I was using that last time I went camping.
Right.
It's like, this is amazing. Let's charge the tablet. Now that we're camping, let's watch movies in a tent.
Camping. All right, what do you got? What caught your eye this week?
Looks like Department of Justice suit could stop the Adobe Figma merger.
I didn't know Adobe was merging.
Yes, Adobe wants to merge with a company called Figma. I had never heard of Figma.
Me neither.
Let's take a look at what Figma does. Cue the music. I wrote a special song just for Figma.
They are a leader in interactive product design, focusing on building a collaborative web platform.
Yeah, so it's like an online app for like designing application interface design. Like, oh, what do you want? What do you want your software to look like? Like when you're clicking on your phone. So Adobe wants to, eat that, gobble them right up.
Oh yeah, I can see why.
So yeah, the DOJ it looks like they're getting ready to file a suit to block it after the EU announced plans earlier this month to look at the deal. And
what's with the EU getting involved in all these mergers?
Yeah, it's almost like these companies are operating globally and aren't just American. They'll take money from Europeans too? Bastards.
Just seems like the EU is always the one trying to throw a wrench in these deals. Poor corporations can't get their master global plans put together.
Yeah, they're making Apple put a USB-C port on their phone so you don't have to buy their $50 charging cable. Damn it, EU.
Oh, you
How
bastards.
could you? And what also additionally makes me laugh is the UK's competition arm is also looking closely at the acquisition. Like
Yeah.
after Brexit, like all of a
Yeah.
sudden they're like, oh, us too. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're doing
we,
too.
Yep, we got to do it.
Remember us guys? Yeah, we're serious. Yeah, we're a big deal.
Oh, jeez.
And let's take a look at Adobe stock. How's it doing? ADBE.
I mean, I haven't looked at that one in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Not good.
Not good at all. They peaked at what, 688 back in end of 2021. They're down at 320.54. Yeah, I guess they're up off of a bottom 275.
Yeah, there's a big gap down yesterday. I'm guessing that's when this story came out.
Yes. Yes. One day
All right,
ago.
so it looks like people like the idea of this merger, and the fact that maybe it's not going to happen is not a good sign for this stock.
Yeah. So Figma and Adobe, of course, are like, I don't understand what the problem is. Adobe took exception with that idea that the deal is anti-competitive, arguing that Adobe and Figma go at different markets.
Yeah. It seems like they have an argument.
Well, I have in my years past in my programmer days. I know we got a few programmers that listen. I've dabbled in making some mobile apps, and not once did I open Adobe
to work on that.
To work on the interface.
Yeah.
I did make a little UFO game. It was kind of like a Space Invaders clone, but you're using your finger to fire the lasers. And I did open the sprites up in Photoshop, but Figma doesn't do anything with sprites, I'm sure.
So yeah, I mean, that seems like there's good synergy between the two, but
yeah, you would. Let's put it this way: if the Department of Justice does, maybe this is the argument behind the scenes in the DOJ. If they stop this merger, you think Adobe's not going to try and get into this market that Figma's in?
Right. Yeah, this is just basically give them a head start, right? You just acquire companies that do it well already, and then just absorb them.
Yeah,
and you don't have to worry about spending money on R&D.
And if you're as big as Adobe, that's such a big cost saver.
Yeah.
Just buy the people who are dominating the environment already.
Yeah.
Why fight them when I can just own them?
Oh God, that makes capitalism sound so bad.
I didn't do it. Adobe did.
Let's see, what else do I have? I think I had one other story on here. Oh, I wanted to talk about Credit Suisse. I think we had mentioned them not too long ago.
Are they related to Dr. Seuss?
No, they're not. But they are under investigation by the Swiss authorities, or at least the chairman of the board of directors now is.
Really?
Yeah. So they had made the news because they'd just been seeing a lot of their customers exit. Let's see. The time that this suit is, or this investigation is centered around, is around the time when they're facing massive withdrawals of funds from their wealthy clients of the wealth management division. Customers are worried about the financial health of the group, around which there's many speculations and rumors. The outflows were raising questions about the profitability, because if it didn't have enough assets to manage, then obviously it wouldn't be able to collect any fees, right? So the company had they call it a transparency exercise by announcing on the 23rd of November that the customers have withdrawn around $88 billion worth of funds between October 1st and November 11th. Then a few days later, the guy who's under investigation, Lehman, told a conference that customer outflows were not continuing. On that day, he told the Financial Times that after strong outflows in October, they had completely flattened out and partially reversed. The following day, he told Bloomberg Television that outflows had basically stopped. That day, their stock jumped 9.3%. So the purpose of those statements, obviously, is to tell investors in the markets that the worst is over and things are stabilizing. Except when Credit Suisse announced their annual results and the fourth quarter results of 22, the bank reported 110 billion francs worth of outflows from customers during the last 3 months of the year.
What?
Which means that those outflows were most likely happening at the time of his statements.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So,
I don't
so
believe it. Not a fine, upstanding company like Credit Suisse.
I know. I was thinking about this the other day. Credit Suisse is like the North Korea of banking. Like they try to be evil, but they're just inept and terrible at it. like North Korea tried to tunnel into South Korea through like the mountainous area that separates between the two of them. And
Mhm.
North Korea is they mine a shitload of coal. That's one thing they know how to do is mine coal. They
Mhm.
claimed that these tunnels were coal mining tunnels, but did nothing to make them look like coal mining tunnels.
Right.
Yeah.
They
Just like, oh, this lie will work.
why do you have all your tanks lined up around the coal mining tunnels? No, those are coal powered tanks.
Yes.
They're just refueling.
Yeah. So, Credit Suisse, the North Korea banking industry, is at it again. Making a
Wow.
stink, lying.
Wow. It reminds me of watching the thing about the Royal Bank of Scotland,
Mm.
where the stock shareholders are grilling the CEO, and they're like, "You got
Oh
any new
yeah.
acquisitions?" And he's like, "No," as he's like shifty
No.
eyed, looking around, like
Right.
tugging on his collar, sweating, like, "No, see, we're fine. We don't got any acquisitions we're planning right now."
We have no what is it? No exposure to credit default markets. We did really good at getting out of that at the right
Yeah.
time.
We're fine.
Is that
Yeah.
hot in here?
Ooh, is it hot? Oh, God, I'm sweating like a pig, huh?
Right. Oh Jesus.
Yeah. No. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are the stories that caught my eye. Stock news.
I got one more.
Oh yeah.
Carvana,
Oh, Carvana.
Tempe, Arizona company, famous for their car vending machines.
Do those actually exist? I see them in the commercials all the time, but
You've never
I'm not
seen them?
actually. No, I've never seen them shoot up out of the ground and like deposit your car like right in front of you.
Oh, well, I've never actually watched one work, but I drive past them. They've got one here in Vegas.
Oh, it is real. That is a real thing.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought that was just a commercial.
no, like you order the car and you go down to the vending machine and it will spit your car
Dispense
out.
it like a Pez dispenser, like a giant.
Well, if you go on the Discord and open the link to the CNN business article, it has a big picture one.
No, I'm looking at the picture of it. Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
that was just from the ads.
No. But don't don't worry. They might not be around much longer. In 2022, the company sold fewer cars than it had the year before. The first time that had happened in 9 years. Well, their losses have only grown. The used car market has soured, obviously, because the cost of cars just go up, and people are like, fuck it, can't even afford a car. Maybe we'll use the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, Carvana's losses have ballooned to $806 million, which comes to $7.61 per Class A share of stock.
Oh, and what was it last quarter or last year?
In 2021, they lost 135 million, and in 2022 they lost 1.6 billion.
Oh, okay. So about a tenfold increase.
Greater than a tenfold, about a 12-fold increase in losses. Yeah, you go from 135 million to 1.6 billion.
Is this just because they just bought too many cars at like the peak price, and now they're just stuck with a shitload of inventory they can't get rid of, or is there something else?
Used car prices have started to come down.
Yeah.
Rapidly rising interest rates make it harder to get a loan.
Yep.
And this company that started they started to grow right at the beginning of that huge like 10-year bull run.
Yep.
They've just been accustomed to sales growth, so they were just completely unprepared for the market to drop. So they acquired a bunch of used vehicles and didn't sell them.
Oh man. So yeah, in 21 they peaked at like looks like about $370 or so a share. They're trading at 8 now.
Yeah, their stock. I actually, I look at that 5-year. I'm like, oh man, this is a good time to get in.
Buy the dip.
Buy the dip. Well, the CFO Mark Jenkins has straight up said, like, look, company's got 3.9 billion in cash, real estate, and other liquid assets to draw on.
Right. So they're not hurting. They're not like, it's not like they're going to go out of business here soon.
They could lose as much money as they lost in 2022 for 2.5 more years of just complete failure before.
Right.
So they've got time to turn this around.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine getting caught so hard with their pants down that they are coming up with plans desperately. CEO Ernie Garcia was quoted, this last year has been a massive change in priorities for the company. The world changed on us very, very quickly, and we shifted our priorities very, very quickly. And undoubtedly, it's been a difficult transition. But he thinks there's no doubt that it's leading to a more efficient company. So,
well, I mean, at a certain point, like the news just can't get any more worse, can it? I mean, I guess it always can get worse, but it's unlikely to get worse.
They could file for bankruptcy, but they've made enough money to weather a long storm.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Carvana. I honestly, I mean, it's turned around off of its $4 low at the end of 2022. I mean, you can't.
Long term, I mean, yeah, it's not I don't know. Like, I like the idea of the company, but
sorry, $3.83 was their low. Yeah, they are the second biggest used car dealer behind CarMax, so CarMax isn't beat by a wide margin.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what that margin is. You'd have to look.
It doesn't matter, does it?
Nope.
It's wide.
It's wide. Okay. All right. Should we move on and talk about some crypto?
Yeah, let me get a song going.
I got some crypto in my wallet, hanging out on my Ethereum blockchain. Yeah, I got some crypto in my wallet, some Doji, Sushi, Polkadot, NFT. Decentralized, anonymized, fabulous cryptocurrency.
Cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you again, Ray, for such a wonderful song.
Yeah.
She and I were
such a good song.
We're chatting, and she shared a new song that she did that was really, really good.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Ah, damn.
It's nothing to do with the show. Just like
I just don't want to hear it. She's a good artist.
Yeah. No, Kyle, that was private, personal conversation.
Oh, I thought we were friends, Ray. I've got a crypto story that I guess kind of ties in with the upcoming interview that we got going on. Because let's see, Bitcoin exec. I need to like write intros for these stories so I can do this a little better. Terrence Yang of the Swan Bitcoin managing director. Man, these fucking crypto names are hilarious. He told Yahoo Finance Live that to make sure you collect your documentation on sales and in crypto investments that went to zero, as many of them did last year when the bubble burst, because he's saying that crypto has a target on its back, that the IRS and SEC are going to be paying extra attention to these digital assets. And it was kind of interesting reading through this, as this guy is trying to say that you can harvest your capital losses because crypto is not treated as a security; it's treated as a commodity. That he's trying to say that you can just sell and immediately rebuy, lock in losses, and then harvest them to use on your tax preparations. Whereas with like a stock, if you wanted to harvest the losses on it, you have the 30-day wash rule that you have to wait for. You can't reacquire the security for another 30 days in order to actually be able to use those losses. I don't know that I believe him when he says that. That's one of the questions I plan on asking Andy when we get her on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously there's a lot of losses to be harvested lately.
Yes, but part of the problem is that if this is the way it is treated in the wash sales rules like that, like if you sold at the top and then like tried to buy again, like on a dip, like, and you lost everything on the dip, sucks for you, but you have to pay taxes on those realized gains. and hope that those unrealized or those losses happened in the same year, so that way you can wash them out. Like if I bought Bitcoin at like say 12,000, sold it at 25, then bought it again at 22, and then it went to zero or whatever my investment was, then yeah, I'd still have a big tax bill to pay.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't. It's always a puzzler for me when somebody comes out and they're like, well, you can harvest your losses to make a lot more money. What?
I mean, you can harvest your losses in order to try to eat away some of the gains, but that's not making any more money. That's just making you pay taxes on what you actually earned, as opposed to paying taxes on something that you temporarily earned and then immediately lost again.
Yeah, as someone who has been using stock losses in their taxes for the last couple of years, let me tell you, it has not helped me make money at all.
No, no, it does not.
I can't imagine crypto losses would somehow do the magic trick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh,
but he does make a good point in that, I talked to somebody who is an expert on crypto taxes already, and that he was talking about like just the wild west of it, like trying to figure out like how to treat it, and that there's not enough guidance yet now. So like really, you got to talk to somebody who knows what they're doing to try to be as proactive as possible, so that way nobody kind of to come back at you later on down the line. The chances of that happening are probably slim, but it's still a possibility, and I don't think I want to take that risk.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, pay your taxes on your crypto, or at least try to do it. Like if you're being proactive, you're less likely to get in any trouble. I guess that's the message.
That's true.
Yeah.
True. I saw a thing about NFT sales have soared 138%.
Really?
This last past week, higher than the week before.
Really?
Yeah, sales recorded between last Friday and February 24th indicate that $801 million in NFT sales have been settled over the last 7 days.
Huh.
Yeah, so the NFT market looks like it's here to stay.
All right.
Looks like the Bored Ape Yacht Club is leading the way. Their sales surged 444% higher than the previous week. They settled $92 million in sales of Mutant Ape Yacht Club, MAYC. Bored Ape Yacht Club is a different NFT collection.
Oh my god. Oh, I wonder why they interested in it again suddenly.
I have no clue. No clue. It's the Ethereum based NFTs are the ones dominating the space. The Solana NFT sales were number 2, but while the Ethereum based ones jumped 162%, Solana's NFT sales dropped by 1.8%.
Oh, really?
So I think the growth we're seeing the growth just in those Ethereum based Ape Yacht Club NFTs.
Huh. All right.
Maybe it's because people got tired of throwing money into AMC stocks, so they're like, oh, we'll try these NFTs.
Is that where that came from? Is that what they make?
The apes? I think so.
Oh, then that would explain it, because AMC has been getting a little frothy lately.
Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah, so people are throwing money in the NFTs. Right. And like any artwork, just because I don't understand the painting doesn't mean a lot of people don't want to buy it.
Yeah. Art?
Like, oh, Jackson Pollock. That looks like art, I guess.
It's either that or just a lot more money laundering is happening.
Yeah, you got to get it clean somehow. Yeah.
I'll have to get Ray on here to explain how that works in the art world.
Yes, absolutely.
Should we move on and wrap this thing up?
Yeah, let's do it. God, man, my dick!
Right in the dick.
You shot it. The gun.
It's a good shot too. Right in center mass.
I've been emasculated.
All right. Well, anything good or bad or ugly you want to bring up?
I think I did a good thing. I'm in the retirement account, just dollar cost averaged in another a few $100 into the old retirement stock basket.
Nice.
Slow and steady, not dumping in the whole bucket, but trying to add a couple $100 a week.
Oh, that's the way to do it. Yeah, that's awesome.
With the market maybe turning around here. We talked about that being above the 200-day moving average for consecutive days. Is it still? I didn't look it up. Is the SPY still above that?
The ES tested it on Friday and then kind of bounced off of it, but it's looking a little dicey.
Okay, well,
but hey, that's the whole point. That's why you divide up, and that's why you dollar cost average, because you have no idea when that bottom's going to be. You just got to keep buying until you find it.
So I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yep.
I think the best thing I had to take away from this week is that it looks like I'm starting to finally see like patterns and stuff, like from all the screen time, like making it more intentional. I think is starting to pay off.
Ooh.
So I actually spent most of this morning like back testing a new strategy that I'm trying to develop, which involves trading breakout flag patterns, not breakouts, but flag pattern break and retests.
Okay.
So yeah, it's really neat. Like you observe enough times, and eventually things start to reoccur, and you're like, "Oh, I've seen that before. Oh, it does that a lot of times. Well, how often does it do that? Let's find out." Like having that curiosity and like starting to see that happen like that has been really nice, because I don't know how long I spent staring at the charts, or I'm just looking at the charts. What am I looking for? I don't know. Until something happens.
Yeah. God, that's a really good. That's big. That you can't replace that conscious chart time. Like
right.
Looking at the chart, watching it consciously.
10,000
hours to become a master. Like you gotta put those hours in.
Shit, I gotta be getting close to that by now, right?
You think
8 hours a day, 5 days a week? How many years does that take? 8 a day. That'd be 1,250 days divided by 5. That'd be 250 weeks divided by.
How many trading days are there a year?
That'd be it's about a year of 8 days.
But how many trading? Oh, well, the ES
8
is
hours a day.
going.
Yeah, I mean that goes all the time. But I spend about market open to close, like aware of them, maybe not actively watching them in that whole time.
Yeah. And if you're like a normal human being who can only do an hour or two a day, 5 days a week, you'd only get 520 hours a year. And so it's 10 years, you're halfway to master.
Oof, that's why you got to be intentional with it.
That's why, yeah, exactly.
Because you can, if you take that hour and you actually have a plan for the hour that you're watching, it's going to be a lot more beneficial than the many hours I spent when I first started this journey.
Yeah, for sure.
I did have a bad and an ugly. I'll touch on those here. Trying to trade Friday when I had my home that I was closing on, the sale.
Oh,
probably no reason to really trade around that. I put it as bad and not ugly because even though I took 3 losses, they were all according to the setup that I defined. So even if I had missed it, like it's still not good for the. It's still not. The data still matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really didn't need to be fucking around with that while having the emotions of finally getting out of a massive house and only having one payment again.
And by the way, congratulations on
Thank you. You guys have one coming up too, don't you?
It closed this week.
Oh, you did? Well, congratulations to you too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
House sale buddies.
House sale buddies. Yeah, no. Jimmy Lynn's like, why are you still working?
Right. All right. And then my ugly. I've been getting a little loosey-goosey trying to sling those 0 days to expiration options. Took about 3 or 4 of those this week, just thinking like, oh, I see something on the futures market. I like this. And I'll throw a trade on and then watch it go close to my take profit and then reverse and stop me out. And then I realized that I didn't really have much of a plan. Like, why am I doing this? Like that's why that gets an ugly grade. Like if I want to be like, why does options get to be the thing that I get to trade now with no plan or consequences or anything else when I'm trying to be so intentional and doing the right things with the futures? So that's going to stop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That pretty much wraps up my week.
Yeah. All right. Fantastic. I only did the one thing, slow and steady.
Nothing wrong with not having a bad or ugly to.
I was just gonna say, like, when you're doing just the simple socking away dollar cost averaging in, it's a lot harder to make mistakes, I've noticed.
Well, I don't think we planned on the good, bad, and ugly segment continuing for like perpetuity, right? I think we had hoped to outgrow the bads and uglies at some point. They're not quite there yet, but we're getting close.
Closing in. Yeah. And I'll be right back at it as soon as I'm doing
exactly.
trading again.
All right, should we make a bet and wrap this thing up?
I think we should.
I need it, wanna feed it, gonna win it if I take it from you. I'm filling my positions, quit your bitching, random's gonna lose. Got a chart full of levels and a stop that's not too tight. It's bet picking time in the shop, so pick 'em right.
Did you just crotch thrust into the mic?
I did.
Felt it hit me in the mouth.
Yeah. Careful.
All right, Dan. Said you were looking at some charts. What do you got for us?
I want you to take a look at Chewy.
Ooh, Chewy. I got a massive ascending triangle kind of forming, don't we?
Yes, we do. And it just clanged right off that ascending line.
Oh yeah, it did. Oh, that looks really interesting.
Hmm?
Oh, that blows mine out of the water.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I was wanting to short NVIDIA, but I don't know that I necessarily really want to, looking at the strength of the buy volume still. And then the other one I was looking at was Netflix, thinking that looked shortable too, because it just it gained the 330 resistance and then lost that as support, and then just dipped below the 50-day moving average. Good sell volume on them too. I thought they had a little bit of room to drop, probably retest that 200-day. But Chewy looks really appealing.
It I don't know. I liked it. I like it. I saw it on the screener. The thing of why I'd want to set up a trade either direction.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like if you look at the volume on the daily candles.
Yeah, the sell-off looked really strong.
Sell-off looks strong, and while we had it catch on a nice the TPO. I'm looking at the TPO for like the weekly.
Mm-hmm.
It caught like right at the bottom of one of the TPO ledges.
No, that's usually a good sign. It's where you want to see buyers come in.
Yeah. So buyers came in, but will it be enough to stop the sell-off?
Yeah.
I don't know. Their last 3 earnings calls were good. They've got an earnings call coming up in a month.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe we'll get a repeat of the last earnings call had good buy volume, or I should say had some good price action heading into it. But the even though the last 2 were, the 2 before that were good, they had sell-offs into them.
Yeah.
So like I'm hesitant, like my gut's like, oh, perfect time to buy. But the more I analyze it, the more I'm like, is it, or is it just a perfect time to catch that short train on the pullback?
Right. I don't know. I would expect a bounce here.
Okay, let's go long.
I think it's worth playing for that. Maybe stop below 38. Give it just a little bit of slippage under the low from Friday or Thursday.
I would say stop at 37.5.
Give it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, and then take profit.
Where is it? 39. Let's say take profit at 45.
I'd almost want to take some off at 42.5.
Yeah. Okay.
You want just halfway up that big red candle.
Yeah.
I would like to see it try to fill that gap, but
that's the point of control on the weekly TPO.
That's a good spot then. 42.5, and let the rest of it run.
Run, baby, run.
With stops at break even. Sounds good to me. All right, let's get a random stock.
Random.
There we got a New York Stock Exchange Consumer Durables again. Sounds like we get that one a lot. Knowles Corporation, KN.
Okay. Well,
That one looks a mess.
it's definitely a stock ticker.
Okay. All right, random.
Yikes. I think that's a great one for random to pick.
I would. Yeah.
If I was buying options, I'd be looking at puts.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, unless 1585 holds.
Right.
But that's still, you got almost $1 to go on a less than $20 stock.
It's a pretty massive sell-off too. Oh, that was their earnings. They reported decent earnings too. I guess the revenue missed. Did have a surprise beat on the earnings per share.
Yeah, they had a big sell-off and then they reversed it, but then now it's like selling back off to get to the original sell-off. Yeah, good random. Good job.
We'll see, random. We'll see what you got.
That is your real name.
All right, Dan, you want to wrap us up?
Okay. I feel like maybe I should. Folks, thanks for sticking around to the end of the episode with us. We're so glad you did. I know I had a good time. Hope you did too. But we've got to close up shop. So like, share, subscribe, do all the good people social media action.
Yeah, massage that 5-star rating like it's Marcellus's wife's foot.
Oh yeah. Does Marcellus Wallace look like a bitch, Kyle?
But his wife's foot does.
Lord. All right, we'll be back with you soon. Until next time, happy trades.
Take care.
Did you know that yearly Medicaid renewals will start again soon? This means millions of people who were enrolled in Medicaid during the pandemic may no longer be eligible for coverage. If this may impact you, the good news is you have options. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield can help answer your questions so you can find an affordable health plan for you and your family. We want you to feel confident you're covered. Click to learn more. Policy exclusions and limitations apply. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Community Insurance Company.
Welcome to BreezeLine, where the sky's the limit thanks to better internet. With lightning-fast speeds up to 1 gig, you can game like a boss, stream like a pro, and watch like there's no tomorrow. Stream, watch, post, send, and trend. Do it all with our fiber-powered network, bringing you reliable, fast internet. Welcome to BreezeLine. Visit breezeline.com for latest offers. Service subject to availability. New customers in select areas only. Visit breezeline.com for details.
Two Bulls in a China Shop is an entertainment program, and all thoughts and opinions expressed in the show belong to the hosts and not of any company. They are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or on any specific security or investment product. It is only intended to provide entertainment about stocks and the financial industry of trading. If you make trades based on what you hear in this show, you assume all risks for those trades.